How do I intro this? My name is Evan and I'm an automotive videographer. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I carry in my bag. So I've been a freelance automotive videographer for a little bit over a year and a half now. And within that time, I have definitely learned a lot about equipment and what you actually need versus what you don't need. To start, we'll start off with the main body. The main body that I use is not this. It's an FX3. I'm using it to film the video right now. Yeah, so some quick reasons on why I chose the FX3. I chose it because it has an internal cooling fan. I'm in Florida and we have heat. And so I wanted to be able to take something that I could cover content with outside, maybe during an event or like motorsports, for example, or cars and coffee, and not have to worry about it overheating. I heard that that's really a big issue with some Sony cameras and shooting 4K is overheating. I've never once had my FX3 overheat on me. The second main reason I chose the FX3, I think I mentioned it, was the form factor. It's so small, and being able to just easily kind of stick it in places on a gimbal in your hands, handheld, you know, like the form factor of the FX3 is so nice. That was a big reason. Moving on from the FX3, the main lens that lives on my camera, and I pretty much never take off. The only time I've really taken off this lens in the past year is when I'm at like the Rolex 24 or Sebring 12 hour or any like motorsport event where I just need longer reach. But the main lens I shoot with is this right here. It's a Sigma 24-70 Art 2 lens, and this is by far, I feel like, I mean, obviously you can get lenses, you could get like the Sony lens for a little bit more, but I feel like the bang for the buck you can get with this lens is great. And then obviously like the 24-70 range, that range has me covered from everything from like rollers to car cinematics to filming for businesses, you know. If you're looking for a lens for automotive specific videography and you're not doing super tight close-up stuff where you might want like a 16-30, I would highly recommend a 24-70. The other camera body I have is more for photos. It's a A7R3. I actually just kind of picked this up recently off of Facebook Marketplace, and I have no complaints. It's a solid photo camera. It's kind of covers a spot where the FX3 lacks a little bit. But so that's why I picked up this A7R3. I got it the other week, maybe a month ago. I got it around a month ago off of Facebook Marketplace with a few different batteries and a few other accessories for $800. I feel like it was a pretty good find. I've used this for a few shoots now, and all I can say is it takes much better photos than the FX3. The ability to be able to crop in, I'm getting distracted looking at my own video. When you're doing automotive videography, I feel like it is one of the only scenes where a gimbal is almost needed, right? Right here, I've got the DJI RS4 Pro. I've gotten really nothing but good things to say about this gimbal. I had the RS3 Mini, and I used the RS3 for a little bit before I got this, and other than the weight, I will say I miss the small size of the RS3 Mini, and this gimbal can get a little heavy. Can't really complain about it though, because it does such a magnificent job. Is that how you say that? It does such a great job. Just with everything I throw at it, you know, I hang it off the back of my car going legal speeds down the road, and it handles that. Then it handles everything from just cinematics to random shoots. Even just kind of setting it up like a tripod works great. Now, is that ideal? Maybe not, but I've definitely done it before. Another thing that was a big game changer for me when I got was a monitor for the first time. And moving from just the screen of the camera to a monitor on a gimbal, world of a difference. It's a complete game changer. It honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter what monitor you have if you're just sticking it on top of a gimbal or you're just using it for whatever. But this is the Atmos Shinobi 2. I have no complaints. It's great. I guess I have one complaint. My only complaint is that there's no HDMI pass-through, but I don't know. At this price point, it's hard to get. It has touch controls, like tap to focus and stuff, and yeah, it's worked for me. So I have a few different things for audio. I have these two DJI mic ones that I use for literally anything and everything, right? I've thrown these on people for interviews. I've thrown them on the back of cars. I've thrown them in my engine bay. These mics have been pretty much everywhere. And yeah, they've never really failed me. You can see this box is a little rough. I have the DJI Video Micro 2. And I just stick this up on the top of my camera on the FX3 top handle. And again, like, yeah, the audio quality on this is good. It's good enough for what I do. Now I also have a bunch of filters. So I used can you see that? I don't know. I use Freewell's filters. I love these filters. They're pretty budget friendly. And I love the magnetic system of them. I only have I only have two filters that I actually actively carry with me. And again, this is more for stuff that I actively will carry with me on shoots. I have a CPL filter and I have a variable ND filter. This might be one of the most important pieces of non-camera gear that I have. Not the most. This is probably the most important piece of non-camera gear that I have. A yellow reflective vest. Now, I put it on, for example, I was doing a shoot for a pressure washing company the other day, and the road was just super busy. I had people, it was a neighborhood road, but people were not being safe, you know. They were probably going 35 down this neighborhood road, and I was kind of walking in between the street a lot, so I just threw on the yellow vest immediately as soon as I put it on. Like, people were slowing down, they were stopping and waiting. It's just it just does wonders. I don't know how to explain it, but investing in a yellow, like in a yellow vest, a reflective vest, great, a great buy. All right, so I've only ever had one camera bag. I got this camera bag when I got my A6400, and I don't know, I love this camera bag. There's a few for a one camera setup, it works phenomenally, and for what I use, it works great. I think that's about it. That's all I typically carry with me. It's the camera, gimbal, and the accessories. If you liked seeing what's in my camera bag and you want to see more from me, consider subscribing or go watch this video somewhere where I talk about my camera car setup, which is, I guess, the other half of what I will carry with me. Let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you didn't like, what you liked, your thoughts about the gear that I carry, how I use it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm stretching this on, so go click this video right here.